Hello, Renee Flamont here. We've talked about this topic before, whether or not your narcissist can change. And it's been in throughout videos. I made a video on it a long time ago. It bears repeating and rediscussing over and over again because it is one of the dangers that we have is to continually think and hope and pray that the narcissist will change. It can, that hope, keeping that hope alive, can keep you there, can prevent you from leaving, can make you forgive again and again and again. It can make you look the other way. It can make you convince yourself that he was good, changed to this horrible person, and you're waiting for him or her to change back. You're waiting for them to change back. And regardless of how many videos are made and how much word is out there about how the narcissist doesn't change, can't change, all of this, when it is you and you are in it and you love this person, you don't hear a word about they can't change. I know, I went through it. You hold out hope. My guy'll change. You didn't hear what he said to me last night. You didn't see him crying last night. He's been so good all month. I haven't even seen him on his phone one time. He hasn't gone out. He hasn't... Okay. Whoosh. Here's the thing. In my experience with mine, when they are well behaved for a month, yeah, anyone can temper their actions to be something or not for a month, but their mind is still doing and thinking and feeling and exiting the relationship. Even if they're not, they had a good month, they didn't go out. Okay, I had a good month once. Sure enough, it springs right back to their behavior. They cannot help themselves. If the narcissist is threatened enough to, he's going to lose his wife, she's going to lose her husband, the family's going to blow up. I'm not saying those things can't scare somebody straight for a little while, but you're talking about a disordered person, not a non-disordered person who was caught cheating, whatever. They think their family's going to... That might wake them up real quick. They'll never do it again. That can happen. With the narcissistic person, they are inside needing to do the behaviors that we've discussed. They need to hunt and gather. They need to devalue. They need to hunt and gather. They need to devalue. They need to hunt and gather. They need to devalue. That doesn't go away. Not having empathy for what we are going through, for what they are putting us through, not having empathy, that doesn't just click into place. You either have that or you don't have that. Now, a lot of people say, well, what if you had, we went to therapy and things seemed better, and I'm not saying that therapy isn't a good idea. I've always felt like therapy embraces, I have the same opinion. Not everyone gets either one, but everybody can benefit from either one. Right? I feel like if somebody is going through the motions with you and saying they want to go through therapy and all of this, Is that a positive sign? Sure. It means you have them running scared. My narcissist, I'll go to therapy with you. Okay. I didn't bother. I knew it wasn't. I told you before, and I'll say it again. There was a study. I should look it up and get the details for you. It was a year long with narcissists to see if they could heal. None of them. They stopped the study after a year. None of them responded to psychotherapy, medicine, behavioral therapy, nothing. And I'm going to tell you why. The disorder that they have is the problem. You are not the problem. Their life is not the problem. Their surroundings are not the problem. Nothing is the problem. It is inside them. When my narcissist would show up swearing, I'm going to change, promising me everything, I would say right to him, I'd look right at his face because I knew it in my mind. I said, you do not have the strength to do what would be necessary for you to change. Let alone for me. I'm talking about in life. I was friends with him, I tried to be friends with him after, and I was talking to him about life with other people. I said, you're always going to be this way. You're never going to change. You don't have the strength involved to make yourself well. You don't have the wherewithal, the dedication to the kind of work it would take to undo a disorder of this magnitude. It's not just like, oh, he's a cheater, I can fix him, he'll change. See, that's the danger because it really keeps us holding on. It kept me holding on for so long. Until I read and learned about the disorder and realized and accepted that they don't change, I held out hope for a long time. Well, mine can. You got to hear the way he talks to me. You had to hear what he said last night. Oh, but he swore. He swore on his kids. He swore on his mother. He swore. I mean, I'm telling you what, God forbid, he should never. Can you imagine? Can you imagine lying and swearing on those things? Oh my God. And you may even get the feeling like your narcissist sincerely wants to change. Right? So let him go off and do it. Let him go off and try. Because I can make you kind of like a little bit like of a guarantee. I can make you this guarantee. Unfortunately, I can make you this guarantee. And I'm so sorry if the stage that you are currently finding yourself is one wherein you are trying to work it out and you're going to therapy and you're working with your narcissist. Here's the thing. I'm telling you it's the truth. Even if their behavior subsides for a little bit, month, year, day, week, whatever a little bit is, even if they hold it together, there is nothing on earth that would make me think or believe ever that a narcissist is not still on the line looking for the dates, out in the world looking for the dates, trying to talk to old numbers that he has in his phone, looking for dates, looking for ego, looking for validation, looking for have his ego stroked, looking for, you know what I'm saying? One person is never, ever going to be enough for the narcissist. It's impossible. It's built into their disorder that they have to seek and hunt and kill. You follow me? Now, having said all of that, the positive side of me likes to think that anyone on earth can help improve, get help and improve and change from any disorder. I don't like a bleak outlook, right? So I want to make sure that it's not trying to be said that I have such a bleak outlook. I'd like to think anyone can change if they wanted to. You see the key phrase there? I think that if you are damaged in your youth or idealized in your youth, either one that can lead you to having narcissistic personality disorder, I think that the work you would have to do would go way back to that. You'd have to have a therapist that knew of this disorder, and you would have to dissect. There is no way on God's green earth any narcissist would ever put themselves through what it would take to even make them aware of what's wrong with them, let alone fix it. And that's, I think, why they say they'll never change. They don't think there's anything wrong with them. Oh, but my narcissist knows it's wrong. He was crying all night and yeah, okay. To you and to the family, he knows he did an action that was against the grain of society's behavioral system regarding husband, wife, father, mother, family person. They know that much. But deep down inside, they feel entitled to behave that way. They're special. They shouldn't have to follow the same, conformities and rules and regulations and procedures that the rest of us do. They're from a special stock. They get to behave the way that they want. And then you say, well, how do they excuse away their own behavior? What do they tell themselves? Mine used to tell him that I've been doing this my whole life. It's just the way it is. They accept it as part of the grain of their person. They don't really know why it's there, but it doesn't bother them that it is there. Do you know what I'm saying? If you are a certain way and people are encouraging you, well, you need to change that. Renee, you're very emotional and sensitive. I like that I'm emotional and sensitive. Why would I want to change that? So I'm not going to work on that. Now, don't get me wrong. We've all worked on stuff in therapy, of course. You don't want to be overly anything. But I'm just trying to think of an example. If there's something about you that you like and that you have no problem with and that you don't maybe even see, why would you want to change it? They don't want to change it. Their life is perfectly well suited to them. Now, if you're providing the anchor part of their life, primary supply, they call it, if you're a wife or a long-term girlfriend or boyfriend or husband and you're holding down everything, the family, and they're out doing their thing and gallivanting all over the place, you hold a very special position for them. You're giving them a base of operation from which they can perform their dastardly deeds. If you were to break with that narcissist, it might send them spinning out of control for a while and beg you and beg you and beg you and swear they'll change and swear, I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God. I'm telling you, if you didn't take them back and you watched their life, because my narcissist now, so he has no more first wife, no more second wife. I have no idea on earth what he's doing right now, but I can tell you that the last time I had spoken to him, it was still much the same of what he was doing behind my back, only now he doesn't have to do it behind anyone's back. It's a very lonely life. Nothing solid, just bouncing around from one person to another, this place to another place. They don't want to change that. He thinks it's the life of a rock star. Do you see the difference? They think it's fantastic. And I see it as lonely, depraved, disgusting, unhealthy, unsafe, expensive, a lot of effort, exhausting. I there's nothing about that whole kind of philandering lifestyle that appeals to me, or maybe you. They love it. And if you pull the rug out from under them and they lost their base of operation and now they're swearing up one side down the other to you that they're going to be better because they can't lose that base of operation, I'm telling you, they're worried about losing the base of operation. And again, I'm very positive that people can change if they want to and go through the work and the intensive therapy, and people get over big things. We've all seen it. People can get over huge things. This is a huge part. This is their person. They're not feeling bad for a few years because they're going through a tough time in life, or they're not feeling bad because something happened and made them feel less of a woman or less of a man and they had to go appease it outside the family because they made me feel better. No, it's their disorder. And it disheartens me when we are all hanging on, hoping, wishing, praying, begging, just hoping they'll change. Snap out of that behavior. Snap back into the guy I thought I had. Snap out of it. That is them. That behavior is them. It's a bleak outlook for you to accept that they're not going to change. And I understand that. I really do. But I really am here to tell you, with the research I've done, if they do change, A, it's only going to be behaviorally, not their mind, not their heart, not their soul. And B, which is the important things, anyone can stop doing something for a month. But B, it'll be temporary. They can't maintain it. They can't sustain a lifestyle that prohibits their disorder from flourishing. They don't like boundaries. They don't like answering to people. They don't think they need to. They don't think that they should. They don't want to. They don't feel like it. You can't make me. All of that. Picture, like I said once before, it's like a 4 or 5-year-old with a plastic sword. That's who you're fighting with. They don't think they're doing anything wrong. And they love what they're doing. They don't even have the verbiage. And you can sit down and try to explain all of the disorder to them. I did. And they advise you not to, because it just gives them things to look up, and then that gives them ammunition on how better to manipulate you. They'll know what to say now. They'll know what to do. They'll know how to sell it to you, right? You can't. It is a bleak outlook, and I am here to say I'm so sorry about that. But I don't want anyone to sit around one more minute waiting for their narcissist to change when, regardless of how much he swore to you he was going to, the possibility of that, it's a percentage I don't even want to utter. It's like 0.00000%. I didn't even put I was going to say 0.0001. I didn't even put the 1. It's bleak. Please understand that. So if you are maintaining a relationship with your narcissist and you continually get frustrated that they keep behaving that way, think about it. They're always going to. You will continually more get frustrated. Their behavior will never change. Their thoughts will certainly never change. Please look out for yourselves. And I'm not trying to break your hope or break your spirit, but maybe it's time you looked at it with the truth of this lens, because then you can maybe do what you need to do in life to seek your own fulfillment and your own happiness without the albatross keeping you from getting that. That's all.